And, well, rather than a kickoff, we're just going to continue from where we left off after the first 20 minutes, Rock.
Well, confusing as it is, that's exactly what's happened. I can't understand it.
So what if I made a break and I was halfway down the field?
Yeah.
Do I stop it then continue running after the 20?
Yes, of course.
Okay, 0-0 the scoreline between Kumul Red and Kumul Gold as we see them, Kumul Gold with the football working to their left again, and they're 15 away from halfway. Wabble moves to dummy half, goes up the short side, then throws the football out wide and finds Nande. Nande getting his support players on the outside up with him, but unfortunately ball and gone loose again, and here go Kumul Red as Adex Wera brings it back up, and Wera is held up a couple of metres away from halfway, gets up, goes again, wasn't held, says the referee, and then this is zero tackle on the halfway line for Kumul Red as Red come back towards midfield over the halfway and straight into the mud patch again they go. 5 inside goal territory, back towards the right to the short side. Pandya picking it up and then going forward and making heavy work of it through the mud as he's finally pulled down 30 metres away from goal's line, and there's a penalty going to the Reds as well. And the hand going underneath there by the referee saying...
well, this should show their attacking prowess. Midfield, zero tackle, and doesn't kick it dead.
Yeah, he slipped over just as he kicked it, and unfortunately, you're right, didn't go dead, and Gold get up with the football again as they go back towards the short side, and they work it that way. 15 away from halfway. Back in field again as they work the edge of the ruck. Far side of the paddock. They're still 10 away from halfway in their own territory. Charlie Wabo, dummy half, one dummy, then he threw the short ball and picked up Way coming through. Ball's gone forward again.
Yeah, that ball is critical now. As a slippery bit of soap, breaking down the quality of play, breaking down chances of pushing for Kumul positions.
Okay, thank you. Let's feed.
So Red now with the ball up towards grandstand side, and across field they work it. This is George Benson who's ridden into the ground, and Benson will run it back in field again, and then they're put down 26 metres away from Team Gold try line. Dummy half there is Lawrence Tu, and back in field again as they work it forward. Sune, I think it is, who's in there. It is Sune who puts it down. 17 away, then they run the angles back again. Here's Larson Marabe around 1, 2, pushes off another, and then they swamp him a couple of metres short off the line. As you can see, they're 3 away from Kumul Gold's try line. Marabe will play it back now. 2 to dummy half, fires it across to no one in particular. It's gone to ground. Adex Wera is there to clean it up from the fullback position, and he'll take it forward before they ride him into the ground. Still 8 metres away from Gold's try line. 5 tackles gone. Back across now to Pandya, then back to Wera, and then back in field again. The ball went to ground though, and in the end it's a shambles. The referee says that'll do. Let's have a changeover.
Yep. Hold. Good.
And the changeover taking place as Kumul Gold bring it back out again towards their own 10-metre line. Then towards the short side goes Way. And once again there's another mistake. This time Willie Minoga cleans it up for Kumul Red. Laka to dummy half, goes towards the short side, and yet another mistake as ball again goes to ground.
Yeah, the conditions aren't helping at all. The Reds have had 14 possessions, Mark, and 10 of them ended in a handling error. They've only completed 3 sets of 6. It's not such a high standard, but the conditions have caused that.
Go left, go left. Here.
So we're back with the live action again, and here's Kumul Gold with the football back across field. They work it.
Come back.
No space on the edge of the ruck. No line breaks as yet by either team.
3 there, let it go. Go!
Here's Wobble, short ball. They run the angles back again as Way comes through, and Way through 1, through 2, and finally they find a way to get Way down in the middle of the pitch as Wobble dummies one way, then sends a short ball and picks up David Locker, and Locker up over the 40, 38 metres away from the Reds try line. Last tackle is the call. Wobble across to Boas. Boas puts a kick through, but that's picked up by Wera straight to his waiting arms as he brings it straight back up to 28 metres away from his own line, where Kumul Red will play it. Francis Punny from dummy half comes back towards the short side. And then George Benson back in field, taking them on. They pick him up and put him on his back. 5 away from halfway. Locker in there with assistance. Short ball again. Sune up over the halfway mark. And now 5-6 inside goal territory. Back towards the midfield region. They go Red as they work it across. And then they run the angles. They keep the football alive though as they work it across field. And Riong is put down 8 metres inside. 5 tackles gone across field now to Laka. Little chip over the top, straight into the... No, it wasn't the waiting hours because it was knocked down, and I think it was knocked forward there somewhere.
Over here, guys.
And it will be a knock on against Gold as the Kumul Red.
Easy, boys.
So the scrum.
Locks it. Lock. Okay, thank you. Feed.
Comes out a red ball. Wera joins in the line, then sends it on to Panyu. Panyu moving it on out wide. There's Marabe. Marabe holds it up and tries to draw the defence as he does, and then it gets up and has another go, and then he'll end up playing the football 3 away from the gold line. Back across field they work at. Panyu steps off his right foot, tries to jink his way through, and nothing there as he's wrapped up there by Tali. Then across field go Team Red. Ball's going to ground again, and then having to clean it up is Laka. Then he sends it across to his left to Wera. Wera thought about passing, but Marabe was up in line with him. There was no one behind him. Took the tackle, and now they work it across now to the right, and here's Esau Sune again, and Sune working his way through, and they drive him across field more than forward, and in the end he'll say thank you very much. They're only 2 metres away from the line. From dummy half, quickly rolls to dummied one way, then send it across there to his right to Minoga, and Minoga wrapped up by the sliding defence that came across as Paul Ayton moves to dummy half, fires it back in field. Now the grubber kick put through by Laka, too big in the end, and going over the dead ball line. Back to the 20 for the restart.
Well, the Gold will breathe a sigh of relief. They just hung in there to keep the Reds out. Solid defence.
Good. One there, leave it.
So
Good boys,
Kumul
good,
Gold with Wabo.
Oh, here we are.
Eliab standing in the tackle and sending it on to Boss, and Boss trying to wriggle his way out of that one, but they held on.
Yep, got
That
it.
was
got
Noel
it.
Zemming who managed to hold on as Wabo sends it back to his left again, and here's Loco, and Loco up to Cambo. He stands and then sends it to Wabo, but it's intercepted again by Zemming for the Reds. It's just when the goal was starting to look like they had something happening there.
Blood bin last. That's
So Larson Marabe being sent off to the head bin.
hold it there, thanks.
Oh yeah.
Red now with the football. This is 2, 1, 2 steps, and then he splits him up the middle, up the right-hand flank. And the cover came across and pulled him down from behind. No real support with him. He lost the football though.
No, good.
Paul Ayton saying that it was raked out by Team Gold,
Cool, mate, sorry.
but the referee disagrees, says he lost it. But the first real break of the match there by 2.
Yeah, he did well. Showed a nice step to put himself in the gap, and then a nice turn of
Right,
speed.
boys. No ball. Have a breather. Have a breather, boys. No ball.
So no football. I don't know if we can pick up a commercial break now. Or
Hang on, still no ball, gentlemen. Still no ball.
Surely we could organise two balls.
Hold, guys. Okay, when you're ready, guys, thank you. Come together. Hang on. Lock, and get in second. Feed.
Gold ball.
Yes, we have 10 minutes to go before we end the first half of the script. 10 minutes to go.
they work it forward and work it across field. And here's a big run coming on from Wellington. Wellington up towards the 40-metre line, and he'll play it there. That's Eliab from dummy half going forward and over the halfway. Short ball back in field again. This is Enoch Maki taking them on, and Maki 32 metres away. Boss cross there to Urukusi, and Urukusi will take the tackle on the fifth tackle. 25 metres away, Team Gold. Back across now to the left it goes as Nande puts a chip over the top, but Red clean it up and a metre out from their line. They manage to stay in the field of play as they hold on to the football. And you can see the slippery conditions out there. There's once again another player, yet another player, the form of Adex Wera, losing his footing, trying to step off his left foot. And he just slid out from under him. They're just 11 out from their line, and 3 tackles gone already for Kumul Red. This is 4 on their 20. Francis Panu.
Come back.
5 tackles. Lawrence Toole puts right foot to ball. That'll one bounce and into the hands of Abavu, and Abavu back up to the chasers coming through. The defensive line was there. And they hold.
Hold. Good.
Wellington. This is Maki up towards halfway. Boss, little knock on, the smallest of knock-ons, but the referee was alert and they managed to pick it up from the dummy half position. And we'll have another scrum back down in pretty well in the middle of the paddock. And still 0-all the scoreline between the two sides.
Nice and easy, boys.
Yes, not too far away from the half-time break, or two-quarter time break.
Hold the line, guys.
Red's
Wait. Get in, lock. Okay, feed.
So across field, that ball looked forward from Zemming to Laka, but the referee was
Here we are, boys, with me.
impeded by the scrum that was breaking up, and Red still get the football though, and they still hold on to possession up the right-hand flank as they work it forward. They're 38 metres away from the Team Gold's try line. It's back towards the left, they work it. Now this is Sulivalu, and Sulivalu up towards the 30-metre line. And that's where he'll play it. Back in field again to Laka. One way, then another, then Pandya coming through. He wasn't expecting it and not really on full steam. And he managed to get one out, but I think at the same time the referee called held. He passed the football.
Yep.
So he goes back to him to play the ball again. Poirot Jr. back across now to his left to Zemming. Then across there as Wera joins in the line and across field. There's a heavy tackle. Wakes the crowd up. Poirot Jr. back across to the right again, and Zemming sends it on to the hands of Laka. That Laka immediately sending it on to Toole, who keeps it alive out wide. Once again, ball's going to ground, fallen on by Gold.
Hey, I've got it.
And the knock on the call.
Here we are, boys. Touch the ear once.
Scrum 10 out from Kumul Gold's line. Kumul Red
Here we are, boys.
will feed.
Nice and easy, guys.
Ball security had to be high on the agenda at half-time from the two coaches as we see Red pick up the ball again. Adex Wera joins in the line, cuts out a man as they play the second man play. But that was well read there by Cambo, who managed to get up and shut down the play immediately. 11 out from the Gold line. Back now to the left. Go Team Red to Timothy Lomai, and he works it forward. to a couple away from the try line. Now across field, they work the football again. They run the angles as Pandya comes back again to the left. He's over the line. Can he get the football down? Held up. The referee's on the spot.
3, take it out. There, ball, Dave. Take
Bring
10,
it back
10,
out.
10. 10. Yep.
10 out, he'll play it. Poirot Jr. from dummy half. One dummy, then across field. Now they've got an overlap here. If they can work it quickly. Quick hands is the call. And unfortunately, the man on the receiving end, Gary Lowe, was not there. He slipped over. And the quick hands worked across the paddock. So a combination of factors there. Maybe the pass wasn't all that great either, but...
Yeah, another handling error by the Reds. A sizable count of 12.
Lock it.
From the scrum, Gold again. With the job of getting out of their red zone. And this is Jason Tully. And Tully plays it just outside his 20. Here's Wellington. Out to Eliab, away from one, pushes off another, tries to slice through the gap, then sends a one-hander back in field to Cumbo, who is backing up. And Cumbo put down on the halfway mark. There's Wellington, dummy half, back in field again. And then this is Lockor, and David Lockor over the halfway. He's now 6 meters inside Reds territory. As he plays it, Enoch Mucky winding himself up. Much to the delight of the crowd here as he plays that, and Boas from dummy half sent it across field, a long ball, and it goes into the hands of a Bubble who joins in the line. But again, another error there, and play breaking down again.
Yeah, I'd like to see a change in tactics. I'd like to see more dummy half running in these conditions.
Nice and
See if we can get to the opposing
hang on,
side
boys, short, a couple on the red side.
on the back
up,
foot.
Stand up. Thank you. Still short one, guys. Okay, thanks, guys. Feed.
So a scrum win to the Reds.
Have it again. No, let's have.
Having it
Hey,
again.
tell me if you're coming. Have it
It's
again,
interesting, the ball was out.
guys. Take it over, guys. Couple
Anyhow,
lock in.
just repacking the scrum.
Feed.
So Reds now with the ball, back up to their 30, over the 30, and once again there's another error, and then we go back again now to David Lockor. He holds it up and sends it on to Wellington, and Wellington over the 30, up towards the 20, and they put him down 22 meters away from Red's line. Is Goal with the real attacking opportunity here, and Lockor again going forward, and there goes the ball again, as we see now Alex Ferreira bringing it back. And now Pandya, one-hander, keeping it alive across there to Tatsim. Back in field now to Pandya again, and Pandya over halfway and into goal territory.
Hold.
Long ball across it, Guerin is bitten, a heavy tackle by Tete on the far side of the paddock. Or it was Tully rather on the far side of the paddock. It made him and put him down immediately, put him to a full stop. And Red with the ball again. Inside goal territory as they go down the short side. Aiton ducking under one and looking up, no support there, so he took the tackle 30 meters away now. Back in field again it goes across there to Roger Laka. Laka puts up the kick that's gone across field, allowed to bounce by everybody, and in the end the chase is on for the football. And hands everywhere, and the referee calls that it came off Team Red. So Team Gold will restart on the 20.
Yes, first bit of... Whoa.
Oh, no,
I mean, on the second occasion, as the ball got near the
Okay,
try line,
thank
it people allowing the ball to bounce. Gold with the ball.
Hold him, mate. Hey, 6, 6. Stay out. 6, 6, 6. No. There it
You
goes.
see the referee, hear the referee calling out to 666, which is Nande. Stay away from the play as we see Gold come back up and over the half when they work forward now. As Richard Cumbo powers his way through, Eliab the dummy half, back in field again, short ball. As Bruno works it forward, and Bruno is put down gently after the referee called out don't lift. 37 metres away, back towards midfield again. They work it forward, and this is Urukusi taking the tackle as the hooter goes in the background for the half-time break. And as we go to half-time here in this selection trial between Team Kumul Gold and Team Kumul Red, the scoreline 0-0, showing well, some good defensive effort, but at the same time a pretty scrappy game of football with the conditions here this afternoon. But that's the way we'll go to the break. 0-0 between these two sides, and we'll take a break, and then we'll come back and take a look at well, some of the stats of the first half between these two teams in this selection trial.